What's up, guys? Welcome to this video here on Elvis is the Man. So I just want to do a sort of a improv video. I didn't really set this up. I just want to kind of share with you some of my thoughts on this time period in Elvis's life, 1974. He was starting to document some of the training and the instructions that he was giving to a small little audience there of Elvis fans and karate enthusiast there on the art of karate and kempo, which he actually practiced. I just want to kind of talk to you about my thoughts. Some of you may be into this type of video, some maybe not. I kind of want to do a live stream, but I want to do a live stream with you, looking at photos of Elvis, not necessarily, my screen. But if any of you in the comments know how to do that, let me know. So anyway, as I'm looking at these, I'm drawn to this footage and these photos because of how good he looks, really. You could tell in the stomach, it was kind of distended there. And but other than that, there wasn't a lot of bloat going on. He looked good in the face, and he just looked pretty cool, man. I like how his sideburns were like kind of short at this time. He had a good tan, pretty lean. He was dating Linda Thompson for about 2 years at this point. This was the summer 1974. And as I was, I made a video yesterday about Elvis and how to disarm a man who holds a gun to you. It was kind of a funny video. But I'm looking more at these photos. I'm like, man, he looked, really good here. And like this picture, this little GFI right there, as you can see, he looks like really young in the face. And Elvis was 39 here, almost 40. Like he aged very well. He was aging very well. Somebody in the comments yesterday actually was telling me how Elvis, his voice and his look stuck with him, and he would have had him into old age, I believe. Because Vernon, you look at him, he died in his 60s, but he had a full head of hair, and I believe Elvis would have kept his voice also. But anyway, back to the point. So this was 1974, and, a lot of people say, accurately that things at this time were kind of going downhill for Elvis, dealing with a lot of depression and type of drugs and stuff. And a lot of people don't like it when you talk about these topics, but I think the 70s is one of the most interesting Elvis times, and I like to learn about all aspects of Elvis's life, so why not share them in videos? But 1974, Elvis was just about to go do his second Vegas stint for that year. And what my point I was making was, a lot of things, weren't going right for Elvis, but a lot of things were. And Elvis embarked on this, he had a little mission to really promote the art of karate. And by 1974, he was ready to undertake this thing. Now, he wasn't totally wholeheartedly for it because, every time he really got serious about doing it, he would tell the people that, I have to lose like 10 more pounds first, which he never did. But you could still see here in 1974, he was still motivated to do new things, to break out. Like, who was doing karate documentaries in 1974? Like Bruce Lee was starting to get popular with, what was that sitcom he was on? It's like the, where he's in that little outfit, the Green Hornet, I think it's called. Chuck Norris was starting to get popular. Like Elvis, if he would have got this movie off the ground, he would have been known. And like, I think he has got some recognition now. But he would have been known as one of the first people, one of the forerunners to really promote karate in America. Like Elvis started learning karate in 1960, and I believe he dabbled at it in when he was in the Army. He did it because, Elvis was a handsome guy, charismatic guy, and even before he got famous, he was causing a lot of jealousy, with the guys and the guys' girlfriends because they wanted to beat him up because Elvis would, their girlfriends would be attracted to Elvis, so he couldn't win every fight. That's why he had Red with him and then Sonny. But he wanted to learn self-defense. And he really got into karate. He got into the meanings of it, the spirituality of it. And on a side note, Elvis was a Christian. He was saved, born-again Christian. That was his main core beliefs. But he was also interested in, as many of you know, learning what other people believed and how could I, take from maybe kind of take what they believe, what I agree with, and kind of, it's sort of like the saying, eat the wheat and spit the chaff, skim off the top. What do I like about this? Maybe I'll keep it and take some of these philosophies and incorporate them in my life, and maybe get rid of some of the other things I don't agree with. But he was interested in what other people believed also. But 1974, he was definitely into this. And, this was also the same year that Barbra Streisand came to Elvis and talked to him about doing Star is Born. So Elvis, was definitely still motivated at this time in his life. And it would have been nice to see what he could have done with this type of film. A few weeks ago, I made a video, a little review, sort of not a review, it's more of like a snapback, answer back to Joe Rogan, how he was kind of making fun of Elvis in this footage, saying, look at him, he's just on pills and he's not knowing what he's doing. And I thought, Elvis was schooled under Ed Parker, so I thought he was legit, but he really wasn't. What a joke he was. And, that irritates me because I know Elvis was serious about karate. But then again, I'm a realist. I know that he probably wasn't a true 8th degree black belt, If you check out that video from a few weeks ago, I pinned in the comments a great comment that one of you guys made. I don't remember the guy's name. But he said that he was actually in Memphis and spoke to Kang Rhee, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. And he asked him, a candid question like, was Elvis really as good as, what we think? Or was he just kind of given a bunch of belts just because he's Elvis? And Kang looked at him. Sorry if I got the pronunciation wrong, because I think I probably am. He's in some picture of this video, the real small guy. Elvis liked how athletic he was and how he could kick really good and do roundhouse kicks, that type of thing. He looked at him, the guy who asked this question, and just didn't say anything, but looked at him like, why would you even be asking me this? Like, of course Elvis was good. And, it would have been nice for Elvis to really get into this role. Colonel didn't want him to do it because, Colonel really wasn't, in my opinion, into Elvis as an artist. He was into Elvis as as far as like, how can I make money off you? Yeah, how can you make money? Because when you make money, I make money. That's my personal feelings on that topic. But Elvis put a lot of money into the production of this. He had a film crew go, and he actually had Jerry Schilling work a lot of this. He had a film crew go, and what the point of this was, he was going to have tournaments being filmed, and so you really get a good understanding on the art of karate, what it was, the self-defense of it, the beliefs of it. And he was going to actually end the movie by him being on a mountain, and then you pan out and see a bunch of people mimicking the same movements that he was doing on top of this mountain. So what a great idea that was, but it just wasn't fulfilled because he just wasn't in the right frame of mind long enough to really complete the process. But I've always been fascinated with this footage. I actually got my DVD of The New Gladiators, what it's titled, and I think 2010 when I went to Graceland for the second time and I bought that DVD. It's great footage. I put some of that here and incorporated that in a few of my videos, but I just kind of wanted to just share some of my thoughts on this topic. Tell me in the comments what you guys think about this footage, this year for Elvis. He was 39, he was 1974. What do you think about this footage? Do you think Elvis really could have done something with this? I really think so, because, he could have got himself into it, and what impact that would have made, and really cementing Elvis's legacy as far as the karate goes, the arts of karate and Kempo, which he studied. So, and also a side note before I leave, I was reading a book by Marty Lacker, and I really loved the Bodyguard books. And he was talking about, I believe it was 1973 or 74, Elvis was going to go to a karate tournament, and he didn't want anybody to know. And I think Colonel or somebody said that, and maybe somebody can correct me in the comments, that if anybody finds out, I'm not going. And unfortunately, word got out, and they promoted that Elvis was there. So everybody was there waiting for Elvis to be there. And Elvis decided, or Elvis, he either decided not to go, or I don't think he was decided. I think he was instructed pretty much by the colonel, no, don't go. They broke contract because he can't be at any promoted appearances, and this was one thing that he really wanted to go to, and he didn't go to it because of this. And it just, I say that because it really shows how much Elvis loved karate, but also he wasn't able to do everything he could do because of his fame. But anyway, this video is kind of all over the place. But I want to hear what you guys think about this topic as well. So leave a comment down below and tell me what you think. Thanks for all the new subs that have been subbing, and I hope you've been liking the videos that have been coming out. A lot of them have just been very kind of like quick ideas for interesting things that I think you guys might like. So thanks for the subs, and thanks for the comments. I always like reading them and to respond to as many of them as I can. So we'll talk to you guys next time, and I hope you have